Okay, folks, let's get going here. Gave it a little bit of time. Yeah, my mistake. I meant to start it at 10 after the hour, but I see the notice went out to start it straight up at top of the hour. And so it is the top hour, so let's get going. I want to say hello to everybody. Welcome. We can both see. Oh, hi, Eric. How you doing? Looking forward to your visit when you get over here to Hawaii. Some good times. So After Market Monday, welcome. Remember that all the materials we do present are for training purposes only. Traders should always paper trade any new method prior to the risk of their own personal capital. I want to keep this in front of us. Seasonality gets us in the ballpark. The technicals get us into the ball game. So it's important if we understand when the seasonality is taking place and the type of entities we're following, then it's a matter of then just switching to the technical side and acting when we get the triggers. Sometimes that can be a real challenge. Those of you who have been following, so you know how sometimes it can just be a really challenge. And so one of the ways to reduce the level of the challenges, of course, is just to focus on a few things, but make sure that you're consistent and deliberate in your focus. Here's where we finish off the day. Active trend trading system is up 45% for the year. We're doing well. And so the objective of the After the Market Mondays is to provide timely, actionable intel at the beginning of each week that we'll then follow up with at the end of the week to see how well we do. It is intended to be a quick 10 to 15 minutes, and then we get in, get out, post the recording. If you happen to miss it, it will always be posted to, it'll be posted on both on the website, the Active Trend Trading website, and it'll also be posted to my YouTube channel, which is Market Tech, that's T-E-C-H, Talk, T-A-L-K. So market review, stocks and ETFs that are potentially setting up. And then I just want to briefly highlight a couple of three of the items that were going to be refinements going into 2018 that we're actually going to implement in the last month in 2017. One of the things that I was listening to and watching Lee Tanner's presentation a couple of weeks ago from the BAM, and he got in, he's dug into the IBD watch list, and I primarily focus on the IBD 50 list to provide me basically the best growth stocks, fundamentally strong growth stocks, and I hone in on that because I know that trying to track down just a bunch of different stocks and chasing growth stocks or chasing any kind of stocks and trying to research it that's a challenge, especially if you're working full time. Well, there are 15 different watch lists. And so one of the things that I'm going to start offering initially to all Active Trend Trading members, that's all levels of Active Trend Trading members, is an analysis of the composite watch list. What that's going to be is basically I'm going to take all 15 watch lists that IBD puts out on a weekly basis. I'm going to pull those into a composite list, and I'm going to then go through that to see what entities are listed on multiple lists, therefore providing them a higher rating, if you will, because they're listed on multiple lists. And then take that and analyze, okay, which one is at closer to a buy point or a trigger, active trend trading trigger, not a IBD trigger, and then provide that and put that back out to the members of Active Trend Trading. So it's important. I do offer these free webinars, but it's important to become a active trend trading member at any of the levels. Okay, premium members, of course, you're going to continue to get your alerts, your text alerts on our triggers and all that kind of stuff. But to have access to the growing number of watch lists that we're going to be having, you need and get to take advantage of the analysis on this particular watch list, you will need to be a member, even if it's just for the free newsletter. So I encourage you to sign up for active trend trading in that level. Then we're going to be, for the premium members, enhanced portfolio building trades. That is strategy number 1. And I've been working a little bit with Lee Tanner, getting some understanding on how he does his portfolio building and utilizes margin. So it basically is a little bit easier to follow. So the easier to maintain and stay in a trade, understand, and also utilize the margin factor. That's what's going to go into strategy number 1, because as you realize, strategy number 1 tends to always lag strategy number 2 and strategy number 3. So we want to reinforce that strategy this year, going into 2018, to make it stronger and where it's more competitive with the other 2 strategies. And then finally, simplify our training opportunities. This is going to be both having more training recordings that'll be accessible, that will be available after hours. So and so that's one of the things that will be good. Yeah, Neil, we can do that. So let's get into today's session. Okay, one of the things we're waiting for on both NASDAQ and the Russell is we're waiting for some seasonality to kick in. That tends to kick in midsection of November. We'll see if that continues to work up, and that's trying to take advantage of this Santa Claus rally going into the end of the year. So on the strategy 1, strategy 2, focus on some swing trades, trading, and this is our setup table for, this is our go, no go table for this week, November 19th. And as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basically triggers going on here. The S&P is triggered with the daily, but it's out of sync with the weekly indicator. So I'm a little bit not too anxious to jump into that. I like IWM. If the tax thing comes through and we should be able to basically get a bounce off the 820. That's what I'd be looking for. And if the tax breaks do come through, the legislation does come through, the IWM, the Russell, should rally well. And I'll be looking to trade TNA, XLF. Again, yes, we have a daily trigger, but it's out of sync with the weeklies. Our IBB, we do our biotech. The biotech that we cover is LABU, and that's the long side. It follows this, the S&P biotech index, and right now it is close to a double TSI tick up, so close to a buy, and it's finding support about the 620. GDX, which is follows the gold miners. Are we going to have a seasonal run? Typically between this time and the end of the year, you'll get a seasonal run in the gold miners and in gold. So we are long in Nugget that we entered in last week. This may still be an opportunity to get into a trade on this a little bit later. USO, I'm waiting for pullbacks. Tesla in a downtrend. Caution trading against the counter trends. NVDA, strong support at the 820. Watch the 210 level. It rallied off the 210 today for support. NVDA is just continuing in beast mode and is just continuing to run. Netflix, one of the FANG stocks. I really like Netflix. It's rebounding currently off the 50-day moving average, and we'll see if it will continue back on up to the, it actually had kind of a sloppy day today, dropped down to about 191, bounced up, and let's see if it will push on up towards the 200 level. We're also long some of our strategy 2 position in Netflix. Play we're in. This was one of our bonus trades. Trades. We're still in part of that. Looking to add to Play and AEIS. Still tradable off the 50-day. Our premium members got the trigger on this on Friday. And then YY. I'm waiting for a setup in YY because YY is really showing some strength. We'll come back and look at those. So here's what I'm looking at going into. Take a snapshot of this. Okay, one, tax bill. One of the keys to a year-end rally, especially in the small caps. Seasonal expectation, of course, is for all three of the indexes to rally. You know, they call it the Santa Claus rally, or they call it the Thanksgiving rally, whatever you want to, whatever you would like to call it. But so the Santa rally going into the end of the year, and oftentimes those rallies will last into the January timeframe, and even sometimes the February timeframe. So it's a good time to be looking at getting long. We haven't had that healthy pullback that I'd like to see, but all the pullbacks of late have been kind of short and shallow. So I'm still looking for ETFs off pullbacks, setups off of pullbacks. Netflix, NVIDIA, and Tesla are my primary stock trades. I have no catfish specials. And remember, Play was a catfish special. Others on the radar are these entities. And of course, AEIS we are in. MCHP looks kind of promising, and Form does also. Remember, there is no holy grail to trading, only tools and rules. And I'm going to come back and we're going to take a look at a couple of stocks. We're still looking good. Let's see. And so, yeah, Rick asked a question, do I have a method of doing add-ons utilizing options? Typically, my option strategies are such that I am such a short-time holder of the option. I'm looking for the quick income generating trades, with the exception of strategy 3, which we hold those leaps and just let them grow. So no, I really don't think about add-on potentials for options. Want to remind everybody, register here to not miss the bonus trades or the active trend trading webinar invitation list. And again, there's no obligations. You won't get a lot of emails. You'll just get the important emails, the invitations to all the webinars, well, to the non-premium webinars, but to the Monday and Friday webinar, the free webinars, and also those bonus trades that we do. And we're doing 10 to 12 of those per year. Let's take a look at some charts. And I'm going to run over to the SPY first, just real quick. SPY, as you can see, it is still, it looks like it wants to turn up and rally. And so if it busts through this support right about there, excuse me, then, and also it's bouncing off the 8, so that could be a trade. However, it is at variance. It is out of sync with the weekly charts, but price action can move higher, even though the weekly chart TSI is not going higher or even turning over. QQQ, again, bouncing off the 8, as you see. So if we break through, if we break back, anything bouncing off the 8, you could actually take that as a trade. I would prefer to see it bouncing off the 20, because the 820 combo, because that would give us a little bit more spring to run up through the end of the year. And then IWM. IWM has reached back up to this resistance area. I wouldn't be buying long here, but if I get some kind of a pullback back into the 820 combo, excellent looking 820 combo. And so somewhere about the 148 level, IWM could look interesting. And of course, I would be buying TNA, which in TNA in this case would be a pullback into about 64. And so let's take a look at a couple of those other stocks that we're looking at. Here is Play. And this was put out as a bonus trade. Basically, we traded it over, starting out, oh gosh, we've been in this trade now for, okay, there we go. We've been in the bonus trade for 20th, 38 days, and it is up. Actually, it closed above 51 today, so it's the remaining shares that we have on that are up a little over 7%, and it looks like it really wants to, go into a nice consolidation and then rally up. I will be looking to add to this position. Matter of fact, I'll be calculating that off, and no, I don't, Anil. I have no TNA right this moment. I will be basically calculating where I would want to do my add-ins for this particular trade, and I can use that kind of off the 50-day moving average. So play, that's one of them. Again, we also had a trade in on YY. You can see YY is taken off. Really nice bounce out of there. Waiting on YY. Need the pullback, a pullback trader. I need to pull back into the moving averages to play YY. AEIS. This was a trade from Friday. For premium members, looking very good. And I've got this one situated, premium members, and we'll be talking about this on, I believe, Wednesday night, if not this Wednesday night, the following Wednesday night, about doing the margin setups and how to make that work for you. And Tesla. Tesla is in a downtrend, guys. We want to wait for it to get, now it may roll over from here if it breaks down below this level. Let me get my drawings. Okay, if we break down below this level, and I can just take if we break that, then we want to be going ahead and sell calls against that. Or if I get back up here to about the 317 level, or even up to the 311 level, I might want to look at selling some calls for premium for strategy number 2. Netflix. Interesting Netflix, okay. Kind of moving just sideways, kind of just biding its time. It's got a little bit of a kind of a pennant thing going on here. Hey, look at that. Isn't that interesting? A little bit of a pennant thing. Support, need to get back above the 820 combo. If it breaks above that, and last Thursday it made it up to 197, almost 198, and we'll be interested in to see if it can make it up to 200. If it makes it up to 200, this line here, some of the option strategies that we're working, we can take the profit off of the option strategies right there. And finally, NVDA, and I will show one more after this, NVDA. NVDA moving sideways, got really what appears to be really strong support down here about the 210 level, and the TSI tick up here, and so anything off the 8-day moving average, the 211.35, you could work all through. Well, I'm holding off on strategy 3 on the NVDA until after until we get to January. But strategy 1 or strategy 2 we could utilize for NVDA. And I want to show two last stocks again. MCHP. It's so funny. MCHP is a stock that I used to trade back in the early 90s. Get a nice little tick up here, TSI tick up, and so kind of anywhere. If we get some kind of a pullback, if the market shows weakness, we get a pullback into the 50-day moving average, or about the 90.74 to 90.50 level. That would make that a potential buy area, and then. Or if it breaks out above that area also. If we get this pullback, you can always draw in your new flag line, which would look like this. And so if it breaks out above that, that's telling you we have a breakout trade going. A break off out of a bounce off support. So again, where is it finding support? The 50-day moving average. The last one we talked about, ICHR, I believe, is the one I wanted to demonstrate. Yeah, this looks pretty good. It did a nice little bounce up this day. Good volume. TSI tick up, has already had earnings. We broke this line right here. which is very good. And so it may push up higher, or it may come back and retest. One could almost place an order to buy shares of ICHR if you get a retest down about 29.50-ish. And so there's some trade ideas for this week. We have more than covered our 15 minutes worth of time. So I will basically say that's it for today. I hope that gave you some good trade ideas for the week, for the after hours on market on Monday. And again, if you want to continue getting the bonus trades and the active trend trading webinar list, and please go and register here. Now, if you're already a member, you don't have to go here, okay? But all this does is just get you onto the mailing list if you're not a member. So if you're watching this video and you're not an active trend trading member, you can join here. No obligations. Again, this is to get involved in the free stuff. Of course, we always encourage people to become a premium member, but that's what we've got going on. So with that, I bid you adieu. God bless everybody. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Remember, the market closes at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. So our making money trading stocks and ETFs will go on way early in the morning. At least way early in the morning for me out here in Hawaii, but also I think it goes on at 11 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. So with that, God bless everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it. And Anil, I'll stay on the line for you. And I'm going to take you off mute. Let me...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me get it where it's...
Okay.
And so, guys, what I'm doing is I'm basically, Anil wanted to chat with me briefly, so I'm just helping you leave the room. Hey, Charlie, great email. Thanks for that great email last week, Charlie. Okay, there we go. Yes, sir. Hi, this is Dennis. You've just watched a recording of one of the 2 free webinars that active trend traders do every week, one on Monday, one on Friday. During these webinars, we will be introducing and showing bonus trades for all active trend trading members, both the premium and the non-premium members, but you have to be signed up as an active trend trader. There's no obligation. Just go to the link here that says forumsaweber.com and you can sign up. Look to see you soon on one of our webinars. Aloha!